I'm gonna have to order some of the stuff, the chemical to eat through this, and I'm gonna get that straight from Dip Your Car, and that's gonna make this way faster. This is probably at least 20 minutes worth of work. What I've managed to do is to get about a quarter of the inside, but I mean, it's got a ton of work left. The coat's just too thin to remove it. It's definitely not thick enough.
1 hour later.
I think I'm like an hour in. I've got Plasti dip everywhere. I just ordered my dip dissolver on dipyourcar.com. That is going to make the other 3 wheels way faster, because they do look terrible. They have these big gnarly lips with the Plasti dip peeling and just kind of ugly. I'm almost done. I've been blasting little Plasti dip bits everywhere. It's all over the garage. It's all over the place. This is just everywhere. That's the last little section that I got left, and then this wheel is done. And I have 3 more that I'm not even gonna touch before I get that dip dissolver.
The next day.
This wheel is pretty beat up, and I know one thing for sure is I'm gonna pop out the center cap because it's made out of plastic. And the stuff I'm gonna spray on here does not like rubber or plastic. That's why I've pulled it off the car. I'm thinking with 3 coats of the dip dissolver on this, it's gonna go way better than the other side did yesterday. Let me pop this cap out and I will start shooting that first coat. One thing it does say on the directions here is that after you're done using the nozzle, the little sprayer, to take it off and clean it, because this stuff is just that hardcore. So based on what I did yesterday, I want to get all the little nooks and crannies. I didn't do a good job yesterday. Plus with it on the car, it's way harder to do. Okay, I'm gonna let this sit for 3 minutes, it says, and then I'll put on a second coat. This time I'm gonna go around the very edge first, because I do have some on that little lip right there. I want this to come off easy this time. All right, last step. So I could see it's starting to like bubble. See, like I just moved. It's like gross right now. I don't care. I'm going for 3. It says 2, so I'm being ridiculous right now. I don't care, because I want this to come off easy. I would much rather use more product to make it ridiculously easy than use less product and still have to fight with it. That sounds terrible. Ugh. This stuff is making me cough. Here we go. All right, so here we are up close. See how trash these wheels are. But there's so many little nooks and crannies in there to get all that stuff out. Just being able to get it off from around the edge, that was hard, but I blew a breaker. So what have I learned? Definitely my lens is super dirty. I learned that. Most important thing is take the wheel off the car. It's just way faster. I think 2 coats is probably still fine. I noticed that it wasn't really coming off easier. I think it was just, it got to the gooey point once I'd sprayed it 2 thick coats of dip dissolver, and then it just became this goo. And after the goo is on there, you just gotta blow it off with the pressure washer. So not necessarily like it just falls off if you do 3 coats, so maybe that's wasteful, I don't know. But I definitely know it was way faster than doing it on the car. It was also way faster than doing it with the wheel off the car without any dip dissolver. I still gotta put on the brakes, and I still have to do this wheel well right here. I gotta roll that fender. I did the other side, but I think I'm gonna get way more aggressive so that this whole little bump right here can come out, because it chewed into my other tire. Let me mount this thing back up for now, and I'll do the front. Oh, that's cute. I like that. Gross. I think I'm gonna wait until that dries to pick it up. At least they look better. I mean, they don't look good, they look better. Once I drop the carb, at least for now, they look better than this. Ugh. Last wheel. This time we're gonna do 2 really heavy, even coats. Let's see how that does. It's hard because you want to get everything, but it's super easy to miss little sections. So I think I did a decent job that time. All right, last pass. That's from doing 2 wheels so far. I guess that's the 3rd wheel, so 3 wheels. I got obviously enough for 1 more, but not much. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna do inside out this time. So the major lesson is get yourself some dip dissolver. I'd say 2 to 3 coats per wheel off the car. That's the way that you want to do it. It's going to make things way faster. I got to get those rotors on there and some other stuff. And hopefully I get this car a little bit hooked up and then we magically transform it into a Speed 3. Well, here's the big finale. I don't think that they look terrible. Looks like I missed a couple little things. I'm gonna hit that with the dip dissolver. We're just getting started on this. I still have to do a couple things where I pull this little, there's a tab right there that I'm gonna actually pull out like this so that I get a little bit more continuity of that little rolling edge. I actually like that there's a little lip there now. Should cover the drop really, really well. I know that this is not my typical content, that I'm always doing custom light stuff, so lots of custom light stuff already done. And I'm gonna try to play with this GoPro. Help some people out. Ooh, run into some tires. I am gonna get much better at working with this thing on the other side of that car. If you wanna follow along as I turn these wheels and that car into a new Mazda Speed 3, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification icon so you don't miss those Mazda 3 uploads, and I will see you on future custom lighting videos as well. See ya.